If you are in the market to buy a new or used car, you'll more than likely need auto financing. Corey Blake is here from New Horizons Credit Union with some helpful advice, as always. Good morning, Corey.
Good morning to you, Joe.
All right, good to see you. So we're talking about what are a few things to consider when it comes to financing a car.
Well, I think the first thing you need to consider is whether or not financing is right for you. Now, odds are it is, because not a whole lot of people have just piles of cash that they can put down on a new vehicle.
I do.
Well, I wish we all did.
Just kidding. That is absolutely false. So one thing we need to talk about is interest rates. Talk to us about interest rates, Corey.
Sure. So your credit score is going to dictate your interest rate you're going to pay on your loan. Now, if you have a high or higher credit score, you'll probably be eligible for a much lower interest rate. Having a cosigner with strong credit history will also assist in getting approved for automotive loan. Young people usually have 0 to a low credit score, so that could they could be charged a higher interest rate due to that.
Yeah, a lot of young people just don't have that credit history at this point, so
Correct.
that is possible. You need to think about that. What else do we need to know about the life of a loan?
Well, the life of a loan refers to the amount of time it takes for you to pay off the car. Usually a shorter term involves a lower interest rate, but at the same time a higher payment. Now, while you make payments, the financier actually owns the title to the car. So in essence, you don't own the car until you pay it off. Now, after that last payment is made, the title is transferred over to you. And so because you still own the car, this is why people typically get their car repossessed, is because they default on that loan and they don't actually own the car yet.
All right, before that process, should a buyer be talking to different lenders?
Well, absolutely. It's possible to find a lower interest rate for the same car from a different lender. Make sure you apply for financing with multiple institutions in order to receive the lowest possible interest rate. While dealership financing is convenient, it may not offer the best deal for you. A local credit union or an online institution might be a better option for you.
Well, speaking of options, are there different options in auto financing, and what about dealership financing?
Well, depending on where you're purchasing, it could, like, say, pre-approval at a local credit union or a bank before shopping for a car will help you determine how much you can actually afford up front. When it comes to dealership financing, some people use home equity loans to pay for their car. I don't really think this is a bad idea or a good idea, because you run a higher risk of not only losing the car but also losing your house if you default on the loan.
All right, so you definitely kind of want to shy away from that. And of course, check your credit score first, because that will be a major factor when it comes to your loan. Any other tips, Corey?
Yeah, absolutely. Shop around for the best rate, terms, and requirements. Don't get too excited about that new car that you get the gotta have it syndrome. You end up costing you more in the end.
It is an investment, so you want to be smart when you're making a major purchase like a car, and hopefully some of these tips helped you out today. If not, you can always check with the folks at New Horizons Credit Union to ask more questions, right, Corey?
Absolutely. We're here to help.
There we go.